Good morning, friends. Hope you guys are having a wonderful morning so far. It is MLB Draft Day. MLB Draft Day. The Mariners have the 24th pick in this year's MLB Draft. We have talked quite a bit about who we think they're going to go with in this draft, but now that we're finally here, I figured we could watch the first, 24 picks of this draft and have some reaction to it. I fully expect Cholowski to be the first guy off the board. He is a college bat, a college shortstop. I think that he's the guy that the White Sox are going to pick here at number 1. We'll obviously, let me know if you guys can hear this.
It's the MLB Draft.
Can you hear that?
Bring it to you here inside the convention center. It's Greg M. Singer with
think
my good friends, longtime Rockies GM Dan O'Donnell.
I got a lot of tabs open.
Former big leaguers.
So I'm gonna, when the picks come in, I'm going to unmute the stream so that we can hear the picks live and react to them together. But you guys can't hear it. Perfect. What's up, Sports Nerd? What's up, Luke, Nick, Jordan? Hi, dads. It's just dad today. Felipe and Warhammer. Man, Warhammer. I personally think it's going to be one of Taylor Rabe or Cade Townsend. I think it's going to be one of those guys. Jordan with the 11 months. Can I go on the pod when I'm correct on these? You could go on the Mojovian Plus pod if you're right. If Caden McCarthy and whoever Hughes is ends up being Mariners, yes, you can go on the pod. Carson, what's up, man? Albert, good morning. Good morning. We're in for the long haul, chat. This is not going to be a short stream. Figured we've had some pretty lame streams lately because the Mariners have been absolute buns. But talking about the MLB draft, talking about these top draft prospects is pretty exciting. So what I'm going to do here while we wait for the... I mean, are they on the clock yet? I don't even know if they're on the clock yet. So here's what we're going to do. Hang on. I know you guys can't see me. I know you guys can't see me. One sec. No, we're just not gonna work. Nah, it's sick. Nah, it's sick. I'm gonna go like that, and then go like this. No, we're just not gonna work. No, that's super cool, guys. That's super cool. Don't worry, Chad. I'll figure this out. I'm a professional. Check it out. Professional streamer. No? Dog. I don't know why that's not working. Hold on. Professional streamer, by the way. I did it. I did it. Oh, God. Professional streamer, by the way. Mike, what's up, dude? How are you? How we looking? Prospect profile, Von Lackey. Pick's not in. All right. So let's go down the list here of guys. I don't know what time the first pick is going to be. Hopefully we don't miss it. Warhammer, I think they are going to go college arm today. I think they're going to go college arm. You really want Brody Bermila? Bermila? Oops. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not super familiar. Okay, Brody Bermila. He's a left-handed pitcher. He's a prep arm. 6'9". My goodness, 6'9" is crazy. Can I give you a breakdown for England versus Norway? They're going to kick the soccer balls, and somebody's going to win. So here is your top 10 prospects here really quick. Draft prospects. Grady Emerson is rated as the top prospect, but again, I fully expect the White Sox to go with Cholowski just because he is 21. He's a guy that'll be there quicker. I don't think they'll go with Von Lackey, though he has also been towards the top of a lot of draft boards, simply because he's a catcher out of Georgia Tech. They have Kyle Teal. I don't expect them to draft a college catcher at the start of this draft. 10:30? Oh, thank God, Warhammer. I was like 11:30. Jackson Flora, right-handed pitcher out of Santa Barbara. Got Jacob Lombard, who's a prep shortstop. Eric Booth, a prep outfielder. Drew Burris, a college outfielder. Another Georgia Tech guy. 2 Georgia Tech guys here in the top 10. Gio Rojas, a left-handed prep arm. You have Justin LeBron James, out of Alabama. He's 21. And then we got Tyler Bell, shortstop out of Kentucky. He's also 21 years old. Also, apologies if you guys can hear my air conditioner. The air conditioner is the only way we're going to get through today. The only way we're going to get through today. Where's Joe? What time is it? 10? I bet you he's still asleep. If I had to guess, I'd say he's still asleep. Anyway, the Mariners are at pick 24. As of right now, Carson Bowman is the guy ranked at 24. However, I think Tegan Kuhns could be a guy the Mariners get. If Liam Peterson falls, I can see that being a guy that they get, or Hunter Dietz. I don't think either of them fall, but if they do, they could be Mariners. And then Zion Rose, 21-year-old outfielder, is certainly an option. He's a right-handed hitting outfielder, which is something the Mariners need. And then Cade Townsend, down here at 35, a little bit lower than I would have expected. He's 21 out of Mississippi. Yeah, I think he does, Manny, for sure, man. For sure. I want Kuhns. I mean, you know, you look at Tegan Kuhns, 21 years old, a 60 grade fastball, 60 grade curveball. If he can get that changeup to, I'd say, a 50, 55, that's a really, really good prospect. A really good prospect. He has turned down, apparently, 7-figure overtures from multiple big league clubs in the 2024 draft. So, yeah, I think that Kuhns is a guy that makes a ton of sense right here for the Mariners at 25 or at 24. He's, you know, projectable. He's also a switch hitter. So, you know, who do you want the most, Colton? Who's your guy? I think that my expectation is if he's there, Tegan Kuhns. If he's not there, I would not be shocked if Taylor Rabe or Cade Townsend are Mariners come the end of today. I like Taylor Rabe a lot. He's 6'5", 200 pounds, 65 grade fastball, 55 grade slider, and a 60 grade cutter. Some really solid 3-pitch mix there. With Townsend, 55 grade fastball, 60 grade curveball, 60 grade slider, and a 60 grade cutter. Another good 3-pitch mix. Not a whole lot of, not as much control here for Cade Townsend. But yeah, if I had to say, if they were to go with an out or a prep arm, I would say it's going to be, or a prep guy, Jared Grinlinger, if he's there. I highly doubt that he is. Bo Lowrance, if he's there, could be a guy the Mariners are interested in. And then, as Dorian just mentioned, 35 months. Check out Brody Bumila. Check him out. 70 grade fastball. Oh, he's the guy with the 70 grade fastball. Okay. Joe was talking about this guy. 50 grade slider, 50 grade changeup, 50 grade control, and a 55 overall. Let's read through here. There have only been 2 prep left-handed pitchers from Massachusetts to sign out of high school and make it to the big leagues. Bill Travers back in 1970 and Hall of Famer Tom Glavine in 1984, while current Marlins prospect Thomas White went in 2023. Bumila hopes to join that select group as he was racing up draft boards this spring. The 6'9" lefty, who helped lead his Bishop Feehan basketball team to a state championship this winter, has the chance to be the 4th prep arm from the Bay State to go in the top 40 picks. He was being mentioned frequently in the first round conversations, though news in early July about a UCL injury, he had an internal brace surgery in May of 2025, was causing teams to reevaluate. All discussions with Bumila start with his elite fastball. Not only can he crank it up to over 100, but Bumila's extension and low release height are outliers, creating 19 to 20 inches of inverted vertical break. Damn. In the Massachusetts high school ranks, he doesn't need much more
Though he does have a decent slider and a changeup, he can vary the shape of his 88 to 89 mile an hour breaker, and it should translate to pro ball while he sells his upper 80s cambio with a great arm speed, a pitch with some arm side fade to it. Bomillo's already premium stuff could take another leap forward when he gets pro instruction. He likes digging into metrics and pitch design, so access to professional technology should help. That is very, very much a Mariners type of guy right there. He throws strikes, though he's definitely control over command at this point. Because of his overall athleticism, the Texas recruit does a nice job of keeping all of his large moving parts fairly coordinated and repeating his delivery. Bomillo let teams know about the ligament issue with a plan to wait until the draft to enable whatever team takes him to have a say in the next medical steps. So he's a guy that is going to be needing Tommy John. He'll be needing Tommy John, but, I mean, a guy with those kind of that pitch mix with, you know, a 70 grade fastball, I mean, hey, you can't really argue with that. I think that he has a lot of reliever risk, if I'm being honest with you, but I wouldn't hate it. It is a prep arm with reliever risk, so that's even scarier. But, I mean, hey, if he's the best guy available, the Mariners will take him. If he's the best guy available. I think he has too much reliever risk, personally, Dorian, if I had to guess. But, and as a prep arm with a ligament issue, scares me a little bit. Someday in the future, will teams be able to trade draft choices? I hope not. I hope that's not a thing. Because if they can trade draft picks, and it's just going to throw everything into a tizzy. Like, trades are going to be drastically changed, and I don't love that. Wu worked out. Wu was also coming out of college, not out of high school. It's a 50-50 of being a Hall of Famer. Holy chills, facts. How much time between picks? I want to say it's a minute 30 between picks. Is that right, Chad? My worry with Coons is that he's essentially a two-pitch college player. Feels limited in my opinion. Yeah, he definitely would need to find another pitch there. I think the Mariners have done a really good job of having their guys add a new pitch to the mix. Generally, it's been the splitter over the past couple of years for these guys. The changeups as well have gotten a lot better. But yeah. Thoughts on where the Colton Swanson kid will go? Seems like a guy who has elite slug in his bat. Yeah, he's got 60 grade slug, game power. Unfortunately, he has 20 grade speed, which is the lowest it could possibly be. 20 game speed. So, you know, he's going to hit for power, but if it doesn't leave the ballpark, he's only going to make it to first base. Thoughts? Comments, questions, concerns on that? He's not making it any further. You guys remember the oh, that's 2024. I was like, what the hell? You guys remember the scene from Moneyball where they're like, he's scared to run to second base. He hits the hell out of the ball, but he's scared to run to second base. That's me. But not because I'm scared to run to second base, but because I'll have a heart attack on the way there. You take him number 1 overall? Thanks, guys. Mike Yastrzemski. What about Mike Yastrzemski? What's he up to these days? Man, I didn't realize it wasn't going to be till 10:30, Chad. I'm sorry that I got you guys on here so early. Are there feasible infield options at 24? Potentially. The biggest one, in my opinion... Here, let me pull the prospects back up here. Oh, well. Ace Reese, third baseman out of Mississippi State. He has a 50 grade hit tool, 60 grade power, 40 grade run, 50 grade arm. Field of 45, so he might not stick at third base, but nonetheless, on the year... That's not going to show me. Sick. Didn't want it to anyway. Let's just read through it, I guess. Dude was slow AF, me. Colton Johnson has a higher floor than Joe Lacy, has a higher ceiling. It's true. It's true, guys.
Reese began his career or his college career at Houston in 20. Never mind, I hate him. I don't want him. Let's see. Transferring to Mississippi State and earning Southeastern Conference Newcomer of the Year honors last spring, he batted .352, .422, .718 with 21 homers while dealing with a loose bone fragment in his left big toe. Ew. And has produced similar numbers as a junior. After ranking second in the SEC with 12 homers during league play, he should go somewhere in the back half of the first round. Reese's carrying tool is his raw plus power, which he generates from the strength of his 6'4", 220-pound frame, and the bat speed and leverage in his left-handed stroke. He can homer to any part of the ballpark and pounds both lefties and righties. He can get a bit aggressive at times, but is making progress with his swing decisions, and some evaluators think he could become a solid hitter with a 25 to 30 home runs a year. The biggest question with Reese is whether or not he can handle third base. He's a below-average athlete with limited quickness and range, and his arm is merely average. He has improved since fielding .889 at the hot corner as a sophomore, but still could wind up at first base or possibly left field. So, I personally think that he'll end up being a first baseman, but, you know, who am I? Who am I? You know? Also, the first 10 picks are going to be over the next, 90 minutes. Yeah. We're going to be here for a while, chat. This is going to be a long haul stream. So, lock in. Everybody lock in. We're going to be here for a minute. We'll call this the pregame show for the Mariners as well. Hey, man, the Mariners are taking on the Rays, and they're trying not to suck shit through a straw. There you go. There's your Mariners pregame show. What do you think the chances are that other teams need a bunch of pitching at a top 10 hitter in the draft falls to 24? What do you think the chances are that other teams need a bunch of pitching? Oh, and a top 10 hitter. Oh, I understand what you're asking me. Let's just look at the top 10 hitters. Tyler Bell, Justin LeBron, Drew Burris, Eric Booth. I mean, let me see here. Let's go. So this is the top 10 draft order here. The White Sox are drafting first. I think they're going to take Roke Cholowski or whatever the heck his name is. The Rays are drafting second. I would not be shocked if they took Von Lackey, just as, getting a second or a catcher in there. The Twins, I wouldn't be shocked if they took Grady Emerson. So that's what? 3 guys? Because the top 3 guys are all position players. I think that, honestly, we might be chalked through the first 4. And Jackson Flora goes here at 4. But then the Pirates, they don't need pitching. So I doubt that they are going to go... If they go pitcher, it's going to be a prep arm. A guy that, it could be like Gio Rios or Rojas. Simply because he's 19, a lot of projectability for him. The Royals... I don't know about the Royals, man. I don't really know where they're leaning. I think they're just going to take best available. And I don't know if that's going to be a pitcher, unfortunately. The Orioles probably lean pitcher. Athletics probably lean pitcher. The Braves, I think the Braves are a wild card. And the Rockies, I would say lean pitcher as well. So that's just my prediction anyway. So I don't know if the Mariners are going to get, a bat to fall like that. You know what I'm saying? But if they do, awesome. Do you think we could get a Trevor Condon even? I feel like that would be pretty nice. Where's he at? He's 13. I would be very shocked if he falls that far. I will be very shocked. What are the odds that we can get a bat that can come up and lead us to the postseason? I would say you have a 1 in 1 million shot to get a bat that's going to be major league ready within the next couple of months. 1 in a million, I'd say. Let me get Nick Becker's big brother. Is that Eric Becker? Interesting. Just so that Nick Becker will sign an extension. I see. Maybe I'll send the good word into Jerry. I'll say, hey man, Manny said that he wants you to get Eric Becker. so that we can extend Nick Becker. Thoughts? We'll just see what he says. So you're saying there's a chance. That's right. You guys tell I just got out of the shower? My hair's all freaky. A man can dream. That's right, Mickey. A man can dream. That's right. You know what? And don't ever let me take that away from you. Okay. I remember Kais Witherspoon was getting top 10 love last year and fell to 15. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that the second tier bats fall. Yeah, I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility. If the, like, let's say, for example, like, again, Ace Reese falls to the Mariners, or like Chris Hyosipin, or however the heck you say this guy's name. I don't think that if they were to get a bat, I don't think it would be a prep bat like Trevor Condon. I mean, it'd be cool. I don't think it would be a prep bat. Bo Lowrance could make some sense if you were to get a prep bat. Sawyer Stroh-Snyder could be another guy, but it's just where the Mariners are picking is so, like, look at this. 1, 2, 3. There's 4 pitchers all right in a row here from 23 to 26. So. What? Speaking of shower, I gotta take one. I will return later, bros. Alright, have a shower, man. Watching while I eat food. That's awesome. Sasuke or Sasuke or your whatever your name is. That's awesome, man. I hope you enjoy your meal. They're showing all the war rooms right now. Give me the Mariners war room. Just worried there's going to be a college arm run once we get to the 20s. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be shocked, but thankfully there are a ton of college arms to choose from in this draft. I don't think the Mariners are set on where they're going to go, and I don't think they will be until we get to pick 21. I think that, I mean, it was when they talked to Scott Hunter, he said, like, there's like 15 to 20 guys that we you know, are interested in. We don't know where we're going to go. Whereas last year, the Mariners were assuming that Kate Anderson was going to be gone, so they were going to be drafting Seth Hernandez, who was a prep arm. But yeah. Is Joe getting drafted first overall? He is. That's why he's not here. Suzuki. Say it slow. I'll do my darndest. Mariners War Room is going to be Randy and Cal going at it in the clubhouse. I think it might be Randy and Luis Castillo after last night. Maybe they get someone who cares. That's the spirit, Mad Dog. That's the spirit. Jacob Gonzalez traded? Ooh. The stove is hot. Twins claimed Jack Anderson? Let's draft a right-handed bat. I mean, hey. I will not be upset if the Mariners get a right-handed bat. I just don't know if there is a guy that makes sense for them. Welcome to this MLB draft. First round. The latest first-round mocks available. Let's see. Where are the Mariners at? Tegan Coons, Cameron Flukie, Ben Blair, Taylor Rabe, Cade Townsend, Tegan Coons, Liam Peterson, Tegan Coons, Cole Prosek. I think that everybody expects the Mariners to take Tegan Coons according to the latest mock drafts. So, side note though, I'm so excited for the Futures game tomorrow with Sloan and Anderson. Dude, I'm so bummed I have to work tomorrow. Because I want to watch it. All right, chat. We should only be a few minutes away from the first pick of the draft and getting this draft going. Again, I apologize for getting you guys here I thought it was going to start right at 10. It's my bad. I should have known. There's always the pre-game, if you will. So I apologize for getting you here early. Watch McCarthy. What? Watch McCarthy. What does that mean? What do you mean by that, Jordan? What do you mean by that? if the mocks all have us going with Coons, it's def not going to be him. True. Good point. Cade Townsend, come on down! This might be a hot take, but I don't think we need to draft a right-handed bat. Felnin is a switch hitter. Arroyo is the truth, and 90% of the problem is Cal and Julio not playing like Cal and Julio. Yeah, I think that, like, a right-handed bat is not something you necessarily need right this second. It's more so drafting for the future, right? Like, Randy's going to be leaving. You have a ton of lefties in the infield. I think that I think that if the Mariners are going to draft a guy that is a right-handed bat, he's probably going to be a prep bat. So it'd be a while. Caden McCarthy's delivery. How do you spell Caden? Caden. I'll YouTube it. Caden McCarthy. This was posted 2 weeks ago. Pretty smooth delivery. He kind of looks like... Who does he look like to me? In terms of his delivery. He kind of looks like Brian Wu a little bit in terms of his delivery, to be honest with you. I'm in. Mayor should take him. How many of us will that futures game the first chance to see Cade? As in, how many of you guys haven't seen Cade Anderson pitch yet? Is that what you're asking? Yeah, I mean, I think that it'll be a good chance for the world to see Cade Anderson pitch. I mean, I watched him pitch in the College World Series. I watched that game. I watched him pitch, obviously, in spring training. And I've watched a couple of the Travelers games this year. So, like, it wouldn't be my first time seeing him, but for a lot of people it could be. Oh, here comes Mr. Manfred. It went straight to commercial. Rob Manfred came out and it went straight to commercial. Oh, that's hilarious. Oh. What are the pros and cons of drafting a prep player versus a college bat? Pros of drafting a prep player, you get them in the organization longer so you can kind of mold them into the player that you want them to be. Cons is, I mean, that you're relying a lot more on projectability than like what you can actually see. Whereas a college bat, it's basically the opposite of that, right? A college bat, or a college player, you kind of know what you're getting with them, but you don't have as much of a chance to mold them in your organization. Is the MLB draft the third best draft? NFL, NBA, and then MLB? I personally think the MLB draft is the first best draft. But I'm biased, so. I think it's the first best draft simply because, like, it takes so much more knowledge, right? Because there's high school players, you're drafting for an entire minor leagues. I think that is what makes the MLB draft so much better than any other draft. Is like, you're not drafting just for your needs right now. You're trying to draft projectability. You're trying to draft for the next 10 years. Like, it's tough. Has the draft started yet? I'm stuck at work, so I haven't seen anything. It's just about to start, Mello. I Bleav that the White Sox go on the clock at 10:30. So we're right there. We are right there. I don't know why I'm so blue, man. My camera's kind of buns. What if I hit one of these? Does this help? I don't know if this helped. MLB draft has there we go. It's better. MLB draft has Hall of Famers being drafted at 150. True. I just like how unpredictable it is than the NBA and the NFL. The hard part, like, that's the other thing is, and NBA, NFL, they can trade draft picks, and like I don't like that. I don't like being able to trade draft picks personally. I just think that being able to trade a draft pick makes it way too easy for like contending teams to go out there and get the players they need without having to really work that hard. You know what I mean? Vegeta, what up? Cheers to the next 10 years, because this one's giving me ulcers. Facts. Factual information. I'm assuming this is the beginning of the... Oh, yep, there's Cooperstown. This has got to be the beginning of the draft. Colton, do you think when drafting hitters for this system, we should focus on hit or power tool? Hit. I think the hit tool, especially if you're drafting prep, you should always go with the hit tool. Because the power, you can build that. The hit tool, I mean, you can build it, don't get me wrong, but it's a lot harder to come by. I think the hit tool, especially in T-Mobile Park, is much more important. With that being said, T-Mobile Park is one of the worst places in baseball to hit doubles. So maybe power is the move, trying to go over the fence. I think if you're drafting a lefty, power is a little bit more important. Whereas if you're drafting a righty, I would go for the hit tool, if that makes sense. NBA, I mostly know what my team might get, and so the excitement dies down before the draft comes around. MLB, every pick feels like a chance at turning the franchise around. True. I like the way that you put that, Mickey. I agree. Yeah, you can't trade draft picks in MLB, except for there are some exceptions. You can trade, I want to say, certain competitive balance picks. You can trade those, but there's very few of those. Colton, Dorian and I are available tomorrow if you need us, by the way. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Might need you. I don't know. We'll see. I might. I'll let you know, bro. Alright, I think we're just about ready to get underway here. So it goes White Sox, Rays, Twins, Giants, Pirates, Royals, Orioles, Athletics, Braves, Rockies, and that's the top 10. That is your top 10 in the draft. So the Mariners have what is it, 3 picks today? Is it 3 picks today? They have 24, 65, and 120 something. All right, here comes Mr. Manfred. A lot of boos.
Good afternoon.
Let me know if that audio's okay.
And welcome to the 2026 Major League Baseball Draft. We're thrilled to be here in Philadelphia, our country.
Whoa.
Celebrating American
Jordan, no spoilers, man. No spoilers.
Throughout our great All-Star Week. Few cities have shaped the story of baseball quite like Philadelphia. There's no place more fitting.
All right, he's not announcing the pick. He's just talking. I don't care. There's no place more fitting than Philadelphia. No spoilers, Jordan. The problem with the MLB draft is that these guys are usually 3 years out. See, that's what I think makes it so interesting. That's what I think makes the draft so interesting, is you have to draft. You're not drafting for current needs. Obviously, there are the exceptions, right? Like Cade Anderson. You don't have to leave chat, Jordan. You're right. You're not in timeout. All right. Just, let's all find out together. You don't have to leave chat, Jordan. All right. You're not in timeout. I promise. But yeah, I mean, like, you're not drafting for current need, and that's what I find so interesting, is you are drafting for, like, the future of this ball club. Hey, thanks, Manny. Manny, I appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. Manfred's still talking. Manfred. Come on, man. Let's get this thing rolling. Who do you guys want the Mariners to pick? I should ask you guys. You guys have been asking me. Who do you guys want the Mariners to pick at 24. White Sox are on the clock. We are on the clock. The draft is officially started. The White Sox war room. They all look pretty happy with themselves. They should draft LeBron. I mean, there is a guy, last name LeBron, so. Whoa, Colton isn't blue anymore. I'm not blue anymore. I fixed it, Chad. I fixed it. Ethan Becker? Roker Emerson? Yeah, I think that they'll be on the board by 24, personally. I think so. Lamela, Ethan Becker, Griffey and A-Rod? I mean, yeah. Yeah, the next Griffey and A-Rod would be pretty sick, I think. I would enjoy that, personally. Is there an obvious number one this year? I think because of where the White Sox are, I think Rock Chalowski makes the most sense for them. But yeah, I think he is the obvious number one, even though Grady Emerson is rated higher than him. I don't expect them to draft a prep shortstop. I expect them to draft someone who can help them the next couple of years. Just got here, so what do we need for the future? First base, third base, 1 or 2 outfield, and pitching. I think that the Mariners are going to go pitching to start the draft. I think they're going to go college pitcher just because then they could use them to replace Logan or George or whoever leaves over the next couple of years. I then expect them to probably go with a corner infielder of some kind, potentially an outfielder. I mean, if you go with like a shortstop, that's a guy that can move pretty much anywhere. So small but good chance. Ryder Helfrich is available when it comes around. Ryder Helfrich, I don't know that name. Ryder Helfrich at 11, a catcher. I mean, if he's around, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't hate that. A lot of power. I mean, I don't know if the Mariners, because a lot of power for a catcher, but so like Luke Stevenson has a lot of power for a catcher. You also have Cal Raleigh. I don't know. You're just thinking of the best player available. Facts. Like in the end, that's kind of what you have to do here in the first round when you're drafting this late in the first round. Just go with the best player available. They really want to push a high school arm to 65. Yeah, I mean, if they can get a solid high school arm at 65 and, like, the Mariners are able to sign him, I mean, like a guy that's not committed to, like, you know, like Vandy or something like that, then sure, I'm in. If for some ungodly reason Grahovic falls to our second pick, I'll do a backflip. Can you do a backflip, Warhammer? Can you do a backflip? Is that a thing you can do? We did extremely well with Colt and Cole. Yeah, and we know how good the Mariners are at drafting pitchers. Obviously, 5 of the 6 guys in this rotation are all drafted by the Mariners. Here we go.
Express from the Convention Center in downtown Philadelphia. The assumed draft room.
Yeah, like 15 guys, Warhammer.
It doesn't look super busy. I feel like
I don't know what... They had people at the podium. And then the people walked away. We might be the best drafting front office in baseball, so I have full trust in them. Yeah, there is only one thing that I trust the Mariners to do correctly, and that is draft. That's the... And produce pitching. Those are the only 2 things that I have full faith in the Seattle Mariners to do correctly. Is draft and develop pitching. It's a great point, Dorian. Great point. If I could do a backflip, that would be my reaction to everything. I would just be doing backflips all the time. I'd be so annoying about it. I'd just be hitting a backflip whenever I could. YF Sloan and Anderson, our starting pitching is pretty solid going forward. It is, but you can never have too many pitchers. And especially if you get a guy who could be ready in the next couple of years, you could use him as trade bait for a team that has a guy that you need at this year's deadline or in the offseason. Not this year's deadline. You can't trade him this year. But in the offseason. 40 minutes in and still no picks. Yeah, that's my bad. That was my bad. I started the stream not realizing they were going to have a 30-minute pre-draft show. That's my bad, Chad. Sorry. There's people up there. You know, there's only one person in that front office I trust. All right, hold on. Here we go.
With the first pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Chicago White Sox select Rock Chalewski, a shortstop from UCLA.
Yeah.
The Tampa Bay Rays have the next pick.
To be expected. I think that Chalewski. Let's take a look at his. Let's take a look at his stuff here really quick. I think Von Lackey goes too, but it could be Grady Emerson. Chalewski, hit tool of 60, power of 60, run 65 or 45, arm 60, field 65, overall 65. That is a solid player at shortstop for the White Sox to draft him when they already have Colson, Montgomery, and whatnot. I don't know if he sticks at shortstop or Colson moves, etc. But yeah. 6'2", he'll show off 70 raw power to his pole side. He's not a runner, though he's smart on the base paths. So, yeah, this is an all-around pretty exciting player. Obviously, would have loved for the Mariners to have a chance at him, but obviously that's not going to happen. So, how did the Rays get number 2? The same way that the Mariners got number 3. Oh, Chalewski's crying, man. He's bawling his eyes out. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's what it's all about, right? I'm showing it. I don't care. I'm showing it. Look at him. He's bawling his eyes out. That's what it's all about right there, man. For real. That's what it's all about. Joe, if we draft Bleav, get us on stream. Do I look like Joe to you? Do I look like Joe to you, Dorian? That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. That's... Oh, I didn't realize Chalewski changed his stance when he had 1 or 2 strikes. That's sick. That's why I love drafts so much. Yeah, man. I mean, we just watched that kid's dream come true. And he's the number 1 overall pick. That's incredible. That's just incredible. Whenever I see baseball parents be all proud, I just think about how much of a failure I am. Yeah. Yeah. You know, I watch the baseball parents. They're crying. They're all excited for their kid. And then I think about, like, man, I've never made my parents that proud. You can thank the Astros and the Orioles for getting the draft lottery implemented into MLB. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. I'll dono $100 if we get Bleav. Well, now I hope we get Bleav, chat. Now I hope we get Bleav. Where's he ranked again? Where is he ranked? Am I blind? Oh, he's ranked 23. I don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I graduated high school. That should be enough. I graduated high school and dropped out of college. So, did I ever tell you guys this story? So, my parents got me a nice wristwatch. And they had it engraved that said, "Congratulations, Colton. We're so proud of you." And it was supposed to be for my college graduation, and then I dropped out. And years later, my mom was like, "Well, clearly you're never going back, so here." And she gave it to me. And the battery was dead, and I felt like that was pretty that was pretty telling. So that's my story. It's a pretty good one. My beard is so brown with no gray at all. There's a few grays in there. I need to trim my beard. It's long. Look at that. Ugh. Who let me go out like this? Who let me? I need a haircut too. East Washington gets way hotter because of the rain shadow. It's been touching mid-80s. Ugh. Gross. My life went downhill after I won the 8th grade math award. W 8th grade math award. Yeah, finally something baseball related other than Bad M's baseball. Yeah, finally we can have an exciting an exciting draft, or an exciting stream, I mean, because the streams lately have been pretty depressing. So the pick is in. The Rays pick is in. Final predictions, chat. Is it going to be Von Lackey or is it going to be Grady Emerson? I think it's going to be Von Lackey, personally. I think it's going to be Von Lackey. Rays leading the AL East and have the second overall pick. Damn. You know, they're good at what they do, man. They're good at what they do. Here we go. Oh, God.
6 MLB draft. The Tampa
Von
Bay
Lackey?
Rays select Grady Emerson.
It is
a
Grady Emerson.
shortstop
Okay.
From Fort Worth Christian School, North Richland
Yeah.
Hills, Texas. The Minnesota Twins have the next pick.
So do the Twins go pitching here and go Jackson Flora then? Do the Twins go pitching here and go Jackson Flora over Von Lackey? What do we think? Grady Emerson just sounds like a Rays name. True. Very true. Good point. Emerson trust. Emerson in my opinion. Emerson absolutely. Yeah. There it is, chat. There it is. Grady Emerson, Colt's brother. No relation. As far as I know. No relation. Well, now. Man. Look at that. He's crying too. He's crying too. Man. Man, chat. What are we doing with our lives? Look at all those proud families. You know? All the proud families. And then there's all of us. I think they go Lackey. They have good pitching in the system. Fair. So we're leaning Lackey over Flora. Fair. I think Lackey makes sense. I don't know. I could see them going Flora, but at the same time, like, I feel like Lackey makes the most sense. Mighty Pat, 100% in my opinion, we go starting pitcher. We go starting pitcher. Skydre, what's up? Trade Emerson to the Rays now for Caminero. They can't say no. It's true. It's true. They can't say no. If you offer Colt Emerson for Caminero. Bro, who's we got drafted by the Brewers in 06 but couldn't agree to terms on the contract? Mara wanted too much money. Mara wanted too much money. That's crazy. Now I know where I sit in the world. Why is that? Because we're watching all these 21-year-olds get drafted, and here we are. I'm about to be 30. Chad, I'll be 30 in 13 days. It's over for me. It's over for me. This is it. I'm watching all these 18 to 21-year-olds get drafted, and I'm going to be 30 in 13 days. You know? Do you think draftees look at the M's and go, ah, shit, or oh, shit? Depends on if you're getting drafted as a pitcher. If you're getting drafted as a pitcher, you're probably pretty excited. If you're getting drafted as a position player, underslot college outfielder, overslot high school arm. That's what you think the Mariners do, huh? I don't know, man. I feel like it just makes a lot of sense for them to get a college arm at 24. You're dying soon? True. You're on your last legs, man. I'm so sorry to hear. It's been a good run. It has, chat. It's going to be Joe's channel now until he turns 30 next year. It's going to be Joe's channel. He turns 29 in 16 days. So, wonder if fellow Pacific Northwestern and former baseball bat bro and Washington Husky Cam is in this year's draft. Cam? Who is Cam? Who is this person? You're gonna be unk status soon? Yeah, dude. I wonder if, like, when I hit 30, if my hair goes back to brown. Does it go back to brown? I don't know. Buddy, I'm watching you watch 21-year-olds get drafted, and I'm turning 39 in 12 days. It's fine. Brother, I'm watching you watching 21-year-olds get drafted. That's so funny. That's very well. Happy early birthday, Brahmin. Happy early birthday. Joe's about to grow gray hair right when he turns 30. I hope so. Owned. Mariners have been really influenced in their draft philosophy by the overslot high school arm strategy because of Sloan. I mean, yeah, Sloan obviously is a solid pick for them. Your dad's at Comerica only has 2 parks left? Yo, that's awesome. I don't want my Joe to grow old. I'm going to 3 parks this this summer that I've never been to. So that's going to be very exciting. The pick is in for the Twins. I turned 30 in a month and 11 days. You're right behind me. You're right behind me, Sharks. I make hella bread, by the way, K. Kinney. Okay. Here we go. The pick is in. Vaughn Lackey.
With the 3rd pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Minnesota Twins select Vaughn Lackey, a catcher from Georgia Tech.
Okay. That puts the Pirates on the clock? Oh, the Giants, then the Pirates. So, the first 3 guys are off of the board. Chat, where do we think the Giants go? Do they go Jackson Flora, right-handed pitcher, or do they go one of these 2 prep guys in Jake Lombard at shortstop or Eric Booth Jr. in the outfield? I am not going to lie. I think that they go one of these prep position players, personally. I don't think they go Jackson Flora here. If they don't go Jackson Flora, the Pirates will absolutely go Jackson Flora. And, yeah. All that posturing by the White Sox. Shut up, Manny. Don't be mean to Seattle. Most chalk top 3 ever compared to last year. Yeah, last year was crazy. Last year was crazy. Giants need pitching in their system. I think it's absolutely Flora. Okay. I don't know why. I have this feeling that they're going to go prep position player, but that's why I am not an analyst. That's why I'm just a fat guy sitting in a chair in a office talking about the MLB draft. So, not until you have to start using math to figure out your age. Oh, is that a thing that happens? All right. I got some time then. I got some time. All that posturing by the White Sox. True. I'm guessing the rest of this draft because I'm 3 for 3. Let's go, sports nerd. Let's go. The Giants sell players this deadline. Then they should go prep arm. Yeah, that's a fair point, Yun. That's a fair point. If they do sell off a lot of guys, obviously Logan Webb I don't think is going anywhere at this deadline. But the Pirates are not the Pirates. The Giants are a team that I feel like should just go full rebuild, man. I know they're a team that never rebuilds, but I think Buster Posey may have been in over his head to start his general manager career. Can we get you canes delivered? We need a food side channel with you, Colby, and Joe. Just all the tubbies. First of all, there's no Raisin Canes within the closest Raisin Canes is, I think, in Seattle now, so like an hour and a half away, give or take. I think. But I do love Raisin Canes. I feel like the Mariners should go offensive players. Seems they can find a good pitcher anywhere they look, but can rarely find good offensive players. Fair. I mean, you think about this. You think about this team, right, and how it's built, and the 5 of the 6 starting pitchers were all drafted by the Mariners. So it's like, you know, they can find relievers anywhere they look, but starting pitching, the Mariners have drafted most of them. They have one in the U district now? Okay, so yeah, that's probably the closest one to me. You didn't realize I was that far from Seattle? Yeah. Yep, about an hour or so. 45 minutes to an hour, depending on 45 minutes to an hour to the ballpark. Probably an hour 15, depending on traffic, to Raisin Canes, I'd say. Tristan Peters is an all-star. Is he? Oh, I hit for the cycle, therefore I'm an all-star. Whatever, dude. Whatever, dude. Bum, 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 Make Julio an all-star. Down in Lake Hood? Nah. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. I am somewhere in Washington, Jeff. Somewhere in Washington. He did hit for the cycle. Yeah, but does that constitute going to the All-Star game? I mean, it's cool. I could hit a cycle. Manny, you can't run that far, all right? You can't run that far. It's still Azels over Canes. Never had Azels. Pick is in for the Giants, chat. Final answer. We think Flora. We think Jackson Flora. I think the consensus in the chat was Jackson Flora here. So. Oh my God. Why are we frozen?
With the 4th pick of the 2026 MLB draft, the San Francisco Giants select Jackson Flora, a right-handed pitcher from UC Santa Barbara.
You guys are smart, chat. You guys are smart.
The Pittsburgh Pirates had the next pick.
Yeah, you should, like, you guys should be running the channel. You guys should be running the channel, not me. You guys are smarter than me. I had a feeling they were gonna go they were gonna go one of the other guys, Booth or Burris. Now Booth or Lombard. Okay, here's where things get crazy. So Mickey, you actually just basically asked what I was about to say. This is where things I think are going to get a little weird because you have a couple of prep guys here. I think the Pirates probably go college. I think that we could see Drew Burris, Justin LeBron, Tyler Bell, Ryder Helfrich, one of those guys go right here. I don't think that they're going to go prep. I don't. You got Paul Skeens for the next 4 years. Like, I don't know, man. I think that they go college here. I think this is where we divert from the path. Like, if Flora had been available, I would have said they were going to go him. But what do you guys think? Am I crazy? Are they just going to go with Jacob Lombard? Is that what's going to happen here, chat? Am I wrong? You guys are better at this than me, so let me know. Let me know. Yeah, Fluky's not making it to us. No shot. It'd be sick, though, if he did, but he's not making it, unfortunately. The pick is in. Pirates got their pick in quick. Seth Hernandez up by opening day. Pirates select Livy Dunn. It's true. It's true. Yeah, top 4 guys off already. You think the Pirates go Lombard? Yeah. I don't know. I think that they go college here since, you know, Paul Skeens they got for 4 more years. Probably want someone who can get up to help him. But look at all these Pirates fans. Short trip to Philly, right? What, Manny? Huh? Think this is Lombard or LeBron? Who do you have at 24 right now? I am leaning Tegan Kuhns. I'm leaning Tegan Kuhns. Personally. They're still a top catcher.
Pirates' last top catcher picks haven't really worked out. Yeah, one of the guys I mentioned there was a catcher. I don't remember which one. I can look really quick. Ryder Helfrich. Ryder Helfrich's a catcher. He could go here. He'd be getting drafted a lot earlier than he is on the board, but you guys think Dan O'Dowd wears a toupee? Do not draft Tegan Kuhns. What's wrong with Tegan Kuhns? You're calling your shot. This is going to be LeBron. LeBron James. Where's he at on here? He is 9th. So he'd be going early too. Is that true, Manny? Think DePoto timed it well on trading Harry Ford? Absolutely. Are you thinking of Travis Kuhn? Because he, you know, seemed like an okay dude. Could be wrong.
With the 5th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Pittsburgh Pirates select outfielder Derek Curiel from LSU. The Kansas City Royals have the next pick.
Okay, Derek Curiel, who was number 12. Number 12, by the way, on the list. That's kind of wild. That's kind of wild. Yeah, that's an interesting pick from them. They must have saw something they liked with them. Huh. I mean, do they think he's going to be able to stay in center field? Interesting. That's, you know, not who I expected them to go with. Not who I expected them to go with. Who went 4th? Jackson Flora. Jackson Flora went 4th. Wow. Imagine getting your name announced that you're drafted and having the commissioner of baseball cough after he says your name. Good job, Rob. Good job, Mr. Manfred. Ow. You guys see that? Look at that. Look how bright that is. It's off of a picture. Oh, my eyeball. Okay, well, Curiel's off the board. Where we at, my guys? So far, it's been Chalowski, Grady Emerson, Vaughn Lackey, Jackson Flora, and Derek Curiel. Of course, guys. I've seen teams draft someone ranked 130th as the first pick. They're playing MLB The Show. True. Eric Booth Jr. to the Royals? That seems like it'd be fine. Yeah, I don't think it's egregious. Like, I don't think that's a terrible pick from them. It's just interesting that that's the route they went. Because, I mean, just in terms of college outfielders in front of him, you had Drew Burris, right? Like, who was ahead of him. But I guess they wanted the lefty. They wanted the lefty instead of the righty out of Georgia Tech. So, and Burris is smaller, 5'9", 185, really small profile. Really small profile for Burris. Zaddy? Hello, Austin. Big dog. Big dog. Eric Booth Jr. to the Mariners? Okay, I guess if we have to. If we have to. Pirates really don't want O'Neal Cruz to be playing center field? Yeah, that's fair. LSU connection with Skeens. That's a good shout, K-Dub. That's a good shout. Yeah, Warhammer, I think that's a fair assessment of this.
Autumn, good morning. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Yes. It is Saturday. I Bleav once we get to picks 10 through like 40 something, the rest of the first or 11 through 40 something, it switches to MLB Network, so I might have to do a little switcheroo. We'll see what happens when we get there. Happy draft day, man. It's a big day. The future of the ball club. The future of the Seattle Mariners. The pick is in for the Kansas City Royals.
On Lackey, the catcher from Georgia Tech, went to the Minnesota Twins. Jackson Flora.
Okay. I guess we're not. Why are we showing? I'm mad. I'm mad at you, MLB Network / Peacock. I'm mad at you. They're showing it the podium like Manfred's gonna walk up, and then they just switch. Is he walking up now? Come on, Rob. Tell me you got your drink of water. Now you're ready to announce the pick. All right, cool.
With the 6th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Kansas City Royals select Zion Rose, a center fielder from the University of Louisville.
Wow.
The Baltimore.
Wow. Where was he even at? Zion Rose? Drafted, he was 30th? Wow. That's crazy. Okay. Wow. Well, I guess the Mariners aren't going to have a chance to draft him, so that's unfortunate. I'm not going to lie, Chad, I didn't see that one coming. I did not see that one coming. So much for the Rose Dream. True. That's Manfred's music. Wow. Hit tool 55, power 55, run 55, arm 50, field 45, overall 50. Interesting. Very strange choice. Autumn, I do think that the Mariners go college pitcher for their first pick. I do. So. I don't want to bet anything. I don't want to bet anything because I'd lose. All bets are off now. What the hell? Yeah, that caught me off guard. I'm not even gonna like pretend like I saw that coming. A 30th ranked overall guy going at 6? At 6 is crazy. I was thinking the Orioles would go Drew Burress, but I guess now that Eric Lombard's still on the board, maybe they'll go him instead. Yeah. I feel like that's, I don't even want to say like that makes the most sense, because at this point, why is everybody standing? Why is everybody clapping? What is happening? Is that Waldo? Why is someone dressed as Waldo? I have no money to bet. Same. So true. So true. Right there with you. I don't think K. Kinney's here, Manny. All right. I don't think K. Kinney's here. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Bum, 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 dum, 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 bum, bum. Getting silly right off the bat. I like it. Makes it all silly all the way down. Yeah, little silly Billy, chat. Little silly Billy right now. Waldo springtime mention? It's true. I found Waldo. Where's Waldo? He was right there. He was right there. Mr. Springtime himself. Yeah, the first 3 picks were chalk. Or first 4 picks were chalk. And then... Alright, I gotta move this picture. It's blinding me. There we go. First 4 picks were chalk, and then the rest of the teams were like, nope, not gonna happen. Yun with the 5. Do you prefer the M's get more athletic corner outfield with less slug, more defense, or slower with more slug, no defense? I think I would prefer a more athletic outfielder, personally, appreciate the 5, by the way, Yun. Appreciate it. I would prefer a more athletic guy. I do think that fits the Mariners a little bit better. They already have a guy with a ton of slug that's not very athletic, and that is Lazaro Montes. With that being said, they also have Johnny Farmello. Not to say that he doesn't have like slug behind him, but he's very much a defense hit tool first kind of guy. So I think I would rather them go with the athleticism over the slug, because I think you can find the slug elsewhere. But, you know, it doesn't hurt to have a little bit of slug here and there. You'll have Julio. He's got some slug. Yo, my wife just bought a massive Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer from a garage sale. What the hell? Sasuke, can you tell your wife that I approve this purchase? I'm a big Christmas decoration guy. Love Christmas decorations. So, W, wife. W to your wife. Here we go. Pick is in for the Orioles.
With the 7th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Baltimore Orioles select Eric Booth Jr., an outfielder from Oak Grove High School in Hattiesburg, Mississippi.
Okay.
The Athletics have the next pick.
Okay. That's a little bit more to be expected. Lombard is falling a little bit. Lombard's falling a little bit. But Booth Jr. going here, I mean, that's just, he was ranked 6th. Makes some sense there. They were clearly looking to go outfield over infield. The Orioles were, so. Makes sense. They have a ton of infield guys. So I think Booth makes the most sense for them right there. Athletics, I could just see them going Lombard. Do I think, you know what? I think the Athletics are going to go Burris. I think the Athletics go Drew Burris. I think Lombard continues to fall. Because it's Athletics and the Braves. I think maybe Lombard only goes as far as the Braves. But I think that the Athletics go Drew Burris, which means I'm probably wrong because I generally am wrong about these things. But it's July. Hey, man, Christmas in July. It's Christmas in July. It can never be too early. Tired. A's go Ryder Helfrich Trust? Think so? You think so? They got Shea Bangaliers back there, man. They got Bangaliers. Are there like 0 good pitchers in this draft or what? There's good pitchers. They're just a little bit further down the list. Jackson Flora was the guy. Early, you got Gio Rojas, and then you really don't have a huge run on pitchers until Cameron Flukie at 15. You got Flukie, Grindlinger, Dietz, Liam Peterson, Bomila, Bowman, Tegan Coons, Carlin, Prosek. Oh, that's not a pitcher. Prosek's not a pitcher. Logan Redeman. So, there are good pitchers. They're just a little bit further in the draft. The A's feel like a Condon pick. Is this just Enrique Bradfield Jr. again? Yes. Yes. The pick is in for the Athletics. The pick is in. There's a lot of good pitchers that are flawed. Yeah. Each one comes with their own quirks. Each one has their own quirks. I didn't realize how unlikely it is that people take a bunch of pitchers when I asked you about hitters falling to us. I don't follow the draft as much as I probably should. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I didn't start, like, getting really into, like, watching the, like, checking out the prospects and stuff until probably a month ago. So, I don't watch it all year round. I just don't have the room in my brain to do that, I guess. But, yeah, about a month ago I started looking into it a little bit, and I've been wrong on almost everything I've said, so. Athletics have 3 lefties coming soon. We really need some right-handed bats to balance it out. True. Factual information. Hey, Joe Lacey texted me. Joe Lacey texted me, chat. You know, I feel like Grady Emerson should pull the phone away from his face a little bit. Just a little bit. What's Joe Lacey have to say? That outfielder, Zion Rose, I said, yeah. I generally research the guy we have and we acquire them, but there's too many players to keep up with other teams' picks and prospects. Yeah, I don't think I could ever keep up with it like Joe Doyle does. I truly don't. I just don't have the brain power. Hopefully we draft someone who smacks homies in T-Mobile against lefties, LOL. It's hard to hit home runs as a right-handed hitter in T-Mobile Park, but I'm in. The pick is in. Is that Cole Hamels? Mr. Hamels, can you stop talking so we can get the pick? Thank you. There's some A's fans there. There's some A's. I think the A's are going to go college of some kind here. I really do. They're still booing Rob Manfred.
With the 8th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Athletics select Drew Burress, an outfielder from Georgia Tech.
I got one right.
The Atlanta Braves have the next pick.
I got one right, chat. I got one right. Go me. Drew Burress, I got one right. W me. W me. I think he just makes the most sense, right? College guy, outfield. Makes a lot of sense for them to get him right before they go to Vegas. They get into that ballpark. I don't know. I think it makes some sense. Let's see. I do think that the Braves are either going to go Lombard or they're going to go Fluky. I think that's where they're going to go. They're either going to go Jacob Lombard or they're going to go Cameron Fluky. Thoughts? Comments, questions, concerns? I'm on a heater now. I got one right. Of all of my guesses, I got one right. So, I'm on a heater. '60 grade power and arm for Drew Burress. He's just so small, bro. He's so small. 5'9", 185. He's small. It's not often you see a lot of guys like that getting drafted early. So good for him, man. The Braves having the 9th pick is crazy. The Rays having the 2nd pick is crazy. The draft lottery go burr, chat. Draft lottery go burr. Why not Gio Rivas to the Braves? Could be. Could be Gio Rivas. Rojas. I keep calling it Rivas. Most interesting right-handed bats left are LeBron and Aiden Robbins. Taj Merked if they decide to go over slot. Don't be hating on Short Kings. I'm not hating on him. I just I just it's not often that you see smaller guys go that early. Truly. Why are we watching a weird Chick-fil-A commercial? And why is it working? And now I want to go get Chick-fil-A. What is that? What is on this sandwich? Honey pepper pimento chicken sandwich. Never mind. Colton secretly 5'5". You take that back. You take that back. I've been 6'1" since I was a sophomore in high school. All right. You listen here. I thought I was gonna get to like 6'5" or something because I, hit 6'1" so early, and then I just stopped. Then I just stopped growing. Guys, need a water bottle moment? I need a water bottle moment. Don't forget to hydrate, Jeff. That sandwich is fire. I just don't like spicy. Otherwise, I'd probably love it. It's not a spicy guy. We're almost through the top 10, chat, and then we just got to get through 14 more until the Mariners pick. We're almost there, an hour and a half into stream. We're almost there. The Braves are on the clock. Water bottle moment. It's true. It's true. It's factual information. Okay, Manny. Okay, guys. What do you mean it's not spicy? Oh my god.
With the 9th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Atlanta Braves select A.J. Gracia, an outfielder from the University of Virginia. The Colorado Rockies have the next pick.
A.J. Gracia, huh? Pick number 19. A guy that Joe and I talked about potentially being a Mariners target. A.J. Gracia is off the board to the Braves. They liked him over some of the other outfielders on this list. Wow. I guess he was the next, well, Jared Grindlinger. No? He was the next college outfielder on the board. So I guess that makes sense. All my guys are getting picked. Oh no. Yeah, this was wow. I mean, again, that's another crazy pick out of the top 10. Where are you watching this? Over on Peacock. It's on Peacock. The first 10 picks are on Peacock, and then the next 10 are on MLB.com. Did they misspell his last name on his birth certificate instead of Garcia? It's Gracia. I don't know. I think Gracia sounds cooler, to be honest with you. Gracia sounds cooler. Yeah, that's a surprising pick as well. Kind of a guy that like I thought might be a sneaky Mariners pick, but unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. LeBron is a Mariner. That's right. LeBron to the Mariners, chat. I mean, like, could Cameron Flukie be falling to the Mariners here, chat? That'd be kind of wild if he did. But now that's 2 guys that weren't in the top 10. 3 guys not in the top 10. Who's left from the top 10? Lombard is still left. Gio Rojas. I keep wanting to say Rivas because of Leo Rivas. Jacob Lombard, Gio Rojas, Justin LeBron, and Tyler Bell. All guys from the top 10 that have yet to be selected. This might get a little weird, chat. Lombard and LeBron still too early to hope, but right now we're getting close. Flukie too. Yeah, I want Cameron Flukie. Will it be on the MLB app? I don't know. It's MLB TV, so I'm not sure. You might be able to just watch it on MLB.com. So maybe I don't know. Unfortunately, I'm no help to you. I don't know. That was a surprising pick, chat. Is this the last pick of the top 10? It is. So then after this, we have to switch to MLB.com. Is that correct? 11 through 40, MLB.com. Oh, we're going to keep watching on Peacock. Okay. Well, I'm just going to keep watching it on Peacock then. That makes it easier. That way I don't have to change. The Rockies. Where do we think the Rockies are going to go, chat? We think they just... I feel like they go pitcher. I do. You know, maybe it's Gio Rojas or Cameron Flukie. I feel like they go pitcher. If I had to guess. If the Angels pick LeBron instead of a pitcher, that would be so funny. I mean, the Angels are dumb. They took Tyler Bremner last year over Cade Anderson. Oh, King 5 has it? W. Here we go. Rocky's pick. The pick is in. Rocky should go pitcher. I expect them to go pitcher. I don't know if it'd be Cameron Flukie or Gio Rojas, though. So I don't know where they view themselves over the next few years.
With the 10th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Colorado Rockies select Kyler Bell, a shortstop from the University of Kentucky.
Okay.
The Washington Nationals have the next pick.
Okay, so that is a guy out of the top 10. He was ranked at 10, and they took him 10th. So, hey, that was pretty stock. They took him over Justin LeBron. Gio Rojas is still on the board, and Jacob Lombard is still on the board. Interesting that they would take Bell over LeBron. Because he's a switch hitter, maybe? I wonder if that's why. Tri-Cities Dust Devils legend Tyler Bremner, true. Boy, compared to the NFL draft, this is a draft. Way cooler. NFL draft sucks. This is way better. Rockies pick one of the more mid-infielders, in my opinion. The Rockies are not a well-run ball club. I'm okay with a pitcher, but if any of the top hitters fall, then we should not pass that up. Yeah, I mean, if you do see some of the top, like a hitter fall, I wouldn't be mad if the Mariners took him. I just don't expect that to happen. I can ring your bell. What? The Angels fans crashing out over passing on Anderson last year was so sweet. I mean, last year Joe and I streamed like the Mariners pick, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun when we heard that Cade Anderson was going to be available at 3. Obviously, you know, this year's draft is not as exciting, which is unfortunate. But yeah, it's not as exciting this year because the pick is 24 instead of 3, but and NFL draft can tell they drafted a bust after like 2 years. Baseball, it takes 67 years. It's true. Watch for LeBron to announce where he's going just to overshine this LeBron. True. At this point, neither do I. But there's already been 2 or 3 picks that were drastically over projection. Zion, AJ, so maybe. Yeah, maybe. I think you could be right, Mickey. I mean, it'll be interesting. What is happening? There's like a flash mob. A flash mob just like burst out on the stage. What the heck? Yeah. It's too bad picks can't be traded. See, I disagree. I like that picks can't be traded. Because instead of trading picks, you have all the minor leagues you can trade from. Whereas other sports don't have that. So if picks could be traded too, it would just get messy, man. It would get really messy. You missed when the Tri-Cities had the Padres farm team. You watched Tatis, Ty France, Munoz play, among other good players. W. Hyosopian? How do you say his name? Aesopian? Realistically, LeBron and Lombard won't make it, but the picks have been weird enough to make this interesting. If those guys can fall, who knows about Flukie? Yeah, I think the only reason that I wouldn't see Flukie falling that far is because there's so few pitchers at the top end of the board. There's so few pitchers at the top end of the board that I don't know if I could see Flukie falling that far. And he's a lefty. Haysopian? Haycopian? Is it Haycopian? That's a sick name. I like that name. Haycopian. Right, the Nats are on the clock, chat. Wait, is today 7-Eleven day? Is today the day that you can get like a free Slurpee from 7-Eleven? Haycopian. That's sick. Do you think having 5 starting righties in a row is a good idea, or sprinkle in a couple lefties? I think that it doesn't matter as long as those 5 righties are good, and thankfully for the Mariners, they are. I think as long as they're good, I don't care what hand they throw the baseball with. You know what I mean? But lefties wouldn't hurt. As long as you have some lefties in your bullpen, then you should be all right. Free Slurpee Day? It is Free Slurpee Day? Shoot. Is there a 7-Eleven near me? I don't know if there's a 7-Eleven near me. Mariners need Cope this year? True. So true. NFL has minor leagues. They're called colleges. That's not how that works. The pick is in for the Nats, chat. The pick is in. I feel like the lefty-righty thing is largely a problem for fringe players. As the true good aces, top hitters, lefty-righty matchups don't really matter. Exactly. Exactly. I would agree with that. 7-Eleven in this country is booty cheeks? How is it in other countries? Or didn't like in Japan 7-Eleven like sell the rights to the name of the business or whatever, and like so now Japan 7-Elevens are like cool? Is that a thing? How do you feel about Gridlinger, Colton? A lot to mold there. I mean, that's the guy. So Joe and I did an episode of the Hit It Here podcast plus last night, and I said that Gridlinger is the guy that like you can dream on. The guy that I would be the most excited for the Mariners to get. But at the same time, he's a very high-risk player. Very high-risk player. So I'm kind of in between. How do I feel about... Oh, well, Manny, I'd be afraid of finding you on there, so... Manny saved that talk for Ty. Yeah. Get out of here, Manny. Stinky aw. Here we go.
With the 11th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Washington Nationals select Chris Hakopian, a second baseman from Texas A&M. The Los Angeles Angels have the next pick.
All right, Hakopian's off the board. Now we know how to say his name. He was 14th. So LeBron, Rojas, and Lombard are still on the board. Best shaving cream I've ever used was from a Japanese 7-Eleven. And what am I meant to do now? I can't get more. Why is it the best shaving cream? Second baseman, Hakopian off the board. Yeah, good job, Pat. Sports nerd, you're sending it after it plays. After it's announced. You're sending it after it's announced. I like Ace Reese hits. I do like Ace Reese a lot. Chat, after this pick, I'm going to leave the audio playing pretty low. I'm going to leave the audio playing, and then I'm going to go make another coffee. That cool? Dom, what's up, dude? What's up? I agree with you on the starting picture projection before, but I want to see the headline LeBron to the Mariners. Yeah, LeBron finally announces where he's going. It's Seattle. Baseball is also a better experience in Japan. I really, really want to go to a Japanese baseball game one day. Your broadcast is behind, I guess? Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, sports nerd. I was giving you crap. We can't stop you, to be fair. I mean, it's true. But I'm probably going to miss, like, one pick. I'm going to miss a pick. Colton, come out for a Mariners-Royals game. and I'll get you all the free coffee. Is there a Mariners Orioles or Mariners Royals game coming up? Haven't they already played each other twice? Colton, drink energy drinks. Feel the ants under your skin. I'm good, man. I'm good, actually. I don't like energy drinks. They make me feel funky. Funky. So I'm good. I like Dietz, Fluky, Peterson, Stroh-Snyder, Coons, Carlin, Edwards, Becker, Spangler, Wacher, Head, and my favorite, Jack Radel. It's a lot of people, Dorian. Hazy IPA for me. Bet. Next year? Oh, got you. Justin LeBron hit 2 big bombs against the Cougs in February. First game of the season, then struck out a bunch that series too. I mean, dude, the fact that he's fallen out of the top 10 surprised me. I'm surprised that he fell out of the top 10, but here we are. Making an egg sandwich? Yo, can you make me one? Can you make me one while you're at it? Right-handed pitcher, Fluky. Isn't he a left-handed pitcher? Oh, he is a right-handed pitcher. Why did I think Fluky was a lefty? Thought he was a lefty this whole time. Dietz, Peterson, and Fluky would all be great picks. Yeah, I mean, I'd be pretty stoked about any of them. Headed to Japan in August. Come out, I got a spare room not far from the Yokohama Stadium. I mean, shoot. I want Spangler so we can call his home run Spangler Spankers. That sounds like a Yankees guy. He's got a problem that plagues the Mariners right now in every single game. Bad zone contact and chase outside the zone. Massive red flag. Yeah, that's fair. That's a good point. Fluky just sounds like a left-handed pitcher named True. When is Joe joining? He hates us, chat. He hates us. He's not going to join us. He hates us. So, only one smile. All right, here we go. Pick 12. We're halfway there.
With the 12th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Los Angeles Angels select Jared Grindlinger, an outfielder from Huntington Beach, California.
Wow.
St. Louis Cardinals have the next pick.
Interesting.
Wow, this is interesting. Jared Grindlinger.
Okay. Greg Amsinger. That's what I was saying. Jared Grindlinger's off the board. My dream pick's off the board, chat. My dream pick is off the board. He's going to the Angels. He's a two-way player. They're like, we need a new we need a new Shohei Ohtani. They get Jared Grindlinger. That's a sick pick. That feels very not Angels to get Grindlinger, simply because he's a guy that doesn't like the Angels like to draft college guys to try to get Mike Trout to the World Series. Clearly, I think they know that's not going to happen anymore, and so now they're actually going to try to rebuild. He repeated you. He did. Did you guys hear that? That was crazy. So LeBron equals super risky, unlikely other teams pass. I see the Mariners doing so as well. Curious to see what they do. Yeah, it'll be interesting, man. All right, chat, I'm going to turn the volume up to right there, so it's pretty low. I'm going to go make another thing of coffee, and I will be right. Actually, let me also... draft. Picks. Draft tracker, that's what I wanted. How the heck did that get over here? How did that get on the screen? Alright, I'm going to do that. I'm going to minimize my camera. And then I will be right back, chat. I'll be right back. Is the audio good for a few minutes? Do you guys need it up higher? I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Alright. Perfect. Chat, I will be right back.
Contact hitter throughout the summer. He barely swung and missed at all. It was almost shocking to see how much contact he made. So if you're buying into a player's ability to make a lot of contact, he's got a great frame. He's extremely young. You can dream on the power to come. But to me, that's what stands out. It's also a little interesting to see the Angels finally taking a high school player. They've been so college heavy the last few years. This feels like the range that we maybe expected him to go in, but that contact trend we're seeing in this year's draft really stands out to me right now.
Yeah, Carlos, it's interesting because, Dan, John Mozeliak sort of parachuting in right before the draft. We're going to be following closely the decisions they make. And his former organization, the St. Louis Cardinals, are up next. I don't know if you can connect the dots to picks that he's made with this team to his new team, the Angels.
Well, I think you can. I think there's a history that Mo probably took with him to the Angels, but I think he probably freed up the scouting staff to say, hey, we're going to take the best player available, and we're not going to be afraid to take a high school player. I'm not sure that was in place prior to this.
It's really interesting because we've talked to John Mozeliak an awful lot. What an undertaking to get, they work on the draft
right in
year
the fire.
round. To jump right in the fire like this, and he goes with Grinlinger.
And I think Dan's right. You got to, at this point, trust the people that have been in the room. You have your ideas, you have your plans, but they really did have an idea of the work they put in to go ahead and let them execute. I'm sure they had to explain their ways, and he let them have the freedom to do that.
Yeah, he was there in 2024 when the Cardinals selected J.J. Weatherholt out of West Virginia. Just yesterday, the news that the new president of baseball operations, Chaim Bloom, was able to lock up J.J. an 8-year deal over $110 million. Chaim Bloom and his staff have been working. They're up next. The Cardinals picking at number 13 right after John Mozeliak and the Angels pick Jared Grinlinger, the high schooler from Huntington Beach. Let's go to the podium and find out who the Redbirds are taking.
With the 13th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the St. Louis Cardinals select Trevor Condon, an outfielder from Etowah High School in Woodstock, Georgia. The Miami Marlins have the next pick.
Trevor Condon, he might be 5'11", 175 pounds, but his personality and talent, he might as well be 6'8". The 2026 Gatorade High School Baseball Player of the Year in the state of Georgia is standing in our draft spotlight. Watch this.
I'm Trevor Condon, and I go to Etowah High School. People give me comps to Lenny Dykstra, Pete Crow Armstrong, some even Kevin McGonigal, but I don't really know who to say I would model my game after. I've always just been myself. My favorite player growing up was Barry Bonds and Bryce Harper. I really loved watching them play. Barry had one of the prettiest swings I ever seen. Bryce did have the prettiest swing I ever seen. I fell in love with it and kind of picked up his leg kick. I'm a 5'9", 180-pound outfielder. I'm a lefty hitter, righty thrower. I have a great arm, take good routes, make plays, and I'm a dangerous hitter because of my relentless appearance. For as long as I can remember, I've always loved the game of baseball. I've had dreams since I was 6 years old of becoming a professional, not only a professional, but a Hall of Famer. And I hope I impact some of the younger generations to go and be great.
Do it, Trevor. I got a chance to see this guy up close and personal. He played against my son in his state semifinals. You got to win 2 out of 3. It only took 2 games, and it only took Trevor Condon to get it done for this team. He has a motor.
Trevor Condon, huh? Trevor Condon.
Harold, stay with me.
They went relatively chalk, huh? Relatively chalk with that pick. The sandwich is banging. W. Whoops, sorry. Sorry. K5 only had the top 10 picks apparently. They were, because it was NBC. Yeah, NBC was doing that. We might see some of these pitchers go in the next 4 picks, unfortunately. In other news, the sandwich is banging. W. Good pick for the Cards. Good pick for the Cards. Solid pick, yeah. You thought they'd go pitcher? That's fair as well. I think the Cardinals are, full rebuild, as they should be right now. And they're not a bad team, but going... I mean, yeah, they could have gone Fluky or Rojas. But yeah. How do you like your coffee? If you're asking how I like it made, I'm not really picky. Generally, like if I go to Starbucks, if I go to Starbucks, then I will generally just get a cold brew with like some sort of cold foam. Can I put the best available list, please? MLB draft best available.
this undrafted. And then if I do this, apologies, I'm not very good at this. Hold on. And then window capture. No, that's the needs to be a different window. Window. Streamlabs. Draft tracker. Done. Still, why is this still this? No. Should be. If I pull this over here. This is difficult, chat. I'm sorry. I'm not good at this. Draft. Undrafted. Okay. And then we're going to go. Let's go here, I guess. No, we probably need their position in there. I'm going to get this going too. And then hopefully this is okay. That might be the best I got. Shoot. I want to keep their position in there. So I guess rank then. I'm going to get rid of rank. There we go. Hopefully that's alright, chat. Hopefully that's good. But if I move this over here, okay. It stays W. Alright, best available, chat. Figure it out, man. I'm sorry. A unicorn frappuccino. Is that a thing? I'd try it. Does Joe ever make you coffee? You know, Joe doesn't like coffee. He doesn't. He hates me. He hates me. Norway or England? England. I have no idea. Fella goes to the Marlins in. Time to find out, chat. Time to find out. This isn't even updated because it has Condon still on the list. Son of a... Alright, let's get this next pick, and then I'm going to try to update it.
With the 14th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Miami Marlins select Jacob Lombard, a shortstop from Gulliver
All right.
School,
Well,
Miami, Florida.
Lombard's off the list. I mean,
The hometown.
you know, makes sense. Makes sense for Lombard to be off the list. A Florida guy, I'm sure he's pumped to be going to a, you know, a place that is near and dear to his home. That's probably pretty exciting for him. So, this is what we're looking at for the top guys left. Gio Rojas, Justin LeBron's still there. Ryder Helfrich's still there. Cameron Flukie is still there. Hunter Dietz, Ace Reese, Liam Peterson, Bo Lowrance, Sawyer Stroh-Snyder, Brody Bomila, Carson Bowman, and Tegan Coons to the top 25. That is what we're looking at, chat. Gosh, I have so many tabs open. Can I get on the pod when I get these correct? Yeah, man. Yeah, we'll what? How did this happen? How did this happen? Oh, that's why. Yeah, we'll get you on the Hit It Here Plus podcast, Jordan. Get you on if you get these right, we'll get you on the Hit It Here Plus podcast. Would you rather go to the Jets or go to prison? That's a tough question. I'm gonna say go to the Jets, but dude hates coffee and works at Starbucks. Technically, Joe does not work at Starbucks right now. Technically, Joe is on a sabbatical from Starbucks, so he's off for a year. He's off for a year. Churchill and Doyle seem to think college arm is less likely than once thought. Is that just because there's... But, like, arms really haven't gone at all. That's surprising to me, Dorian. That is surprising to me. Honestly. Hoping the Rangers and Astros pick a combo of prep arms. I think the Astros might. I think the Astros might be kind of nearing a rebuild here. They should be, anyway. I hate coffee, and I work for a coffee company corporately. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I think we'll have a good amount of arms go in a row after the D-backs. Why has he just got a bat with him? Why has he just got a bat? After the D-backs, a bunch of arms in a row. Yeah, I could see some arms going to the Rangers and the Astros. That's a good point. That's a good point. Rangers and Astros have some arms going. Makes some sense. The pick is in for the D-backs. I hope my dear friend Aaron Hughes likes the pick. No longer Pizza Man. Unfortunate, man. Unfortunate. Where do we think the D-backs go, chat? Do we think they go LeBron? Oh, gosh darn it. I'm sorry, chat. I'm bad at this. There we go. I'm sorry. I'm doing my best. I'm not good at running. I need someone that manages the stream for me that does it all. I need to hire somebody that fixes things and makes them work. D-backs need pitchers badly, so you guys think they go Gio Rojas? Is that what we're thinking? Gio Rojas for them or Cameron Flukie? Let Ian Dorian and I join? No. I'm not going to do it. That's really unsettling that you can see Baxter's eyeballs through the suit. I want my money back. I'm sorry, C-Town. I'm sorry. I'm bad at this. Gosh darn it. I need this coffee to start kicking in, man. I'm sleepy. Got 9 picks left until the Mariners are up. Who'd we get? 9 picks, Cameron. We don't know yet. Here we go for the Diamondbacks.
With the 15th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Arizona Diamondbacks select Ryder Helfrich, a catcher
Interesting.
from the University of Arkansas.
Okay.
The Texas Rangers
Interesting.
had the next pick.
They went Helfrich. They went catcher. He was the third best available. Third best guy available. I am surprised by that. I'll just refresh it. So now he should be off there. Cool. I'm going to close that. I'm going to close that. I don't need 2 of those tabs open. I'm also going to close that tab. I don't think I need that open. Okay. Did I do this right? Who's sliding to us? I mean, it's a good question, man. Oops. Like I said, if Cameron Flukie falls, I don't know if he falls that far, but if he falls, I'm there. What the hell is the Moose doing in Philadelphia? All the mascots go to the whatever it's called, All-Star game. Do we think Gio Rojas goes now to the Rangers? I would be shocked if Rojas does not go within the next 2 picks. If he does not go to either the Rangers or the Astros, I will be quite shocked. Truthfully.
Is Moose in Philadelphia the new polar bear in Arlington? It is. Yeah, it's true. So we got Rojas, LeBron, Fluky, Dietz, Reese. I feel like I should move this up just a little bit. And then I can do this. And then maybe hit this? No? Is that as far as that goes? Let's do this, and we're going to... No? That is as far as it goes. Okay. Actually, if I do that, and then... God, I'm so good at this shot. You guys see how good I am at this? That's crazy. Shoot. You guys see how good I am at this? Messes up immediately. There we go. There we go, chat. There's our top available. There's our top available. That's not... Why do I keep doing this? Chat, I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry for anyone asked this already, but what position do you see the Mariners drafting this year in the first? I think it's going to be a college pitcher. That's what I'm expecting out of the Mariners, a college pitcher of some kind. Whether that, I mean, if somehow, some way Cameron Fluky's there. Otherwise, like Tegan Coons, Carson Bowman, guys like that, Logan Redeman, Cade Townsend. Why is it showing the first round as 40 picks, but there's no duplicate teams? No duplicate team. Probably because they have the comp round picks, which I guess is technically still part of the first round. LeBron's playing baseball now. Yeah, he bro left the Lakers and was like, I'm playing baseball now. Yeah, Manny, when are you getting promoted to be the Moose? It's a great question, Ian. Great question. Rojas to the Rangers calling it? Yeah, I think it just makes sense. Let's find out.
With the 16th pick of the 2026 MLB draft, the Texas Rangers select Gio Rojas, a left-handed pitcher.
That makes
from
sense.
Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida.
That makes a lot of sense for them to go Rojas. With that being said, he's a prep arm. So he's going to be a few years away for them, which is interesting. I mean, I guess they'll be losing Mackenzie Gore in the next couple of years, Jacob deGrom, etc. He's going to be a problem. Gio Rojas is going to be a problem for the Mariners. Left-handed pitcher, high-end, frontline starter, like potential. A guy with a good slider. He's going to be a problem for years for the Mariners. Which sucks. Which absolutely sucks, just so we're clear. But alas, what are we supposed to do? What are we supposed to do? All right, chat, we're only 7 picks away now. We got the Astros coming up. I want to see if they get booed when their pick comes up. Watch the Astros go Coons because they don't want to admit that it's over. They'll never admit that it's over. They won't do it. They won't admit it. It's true. You want a position player? Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't mind a position player. I wouldn't mind, like, depending on the position player. Like Ace Reese. I wouldn't mind if Ace Reese is a Mariner here in the next 45 minutes. But the Mariners should be adding a new player here in the next hour. So, we'll see. Once the pick is made, chat, we'll kind of recap it a little bit, and then I'm going to end stream. And then I will be doing a post-game stream as well once the game is over, the Rays game. So if you guys are going to be around today, just know we'll be going live again. It's going to be, 2 different streams today. I'll probably keep the second stream a little bit, 20 minutes, 30 minutes or so at the longest, just because we've already been live here for 2 hours. But yeah, so.
good position players are falling. It's true. What day of the week is the draft or is the trade deadline this year? It's a Monday. Monday. I gotta request that day off of work. Ace Reese would be one of the best names in the org history, as well as our need for a corner infielder. True. 4-hour streams only. Oh, my bad. Astros are gonna go Taylor Rabe next. Interesting. Let's go another Mariners Anonymous stream. Yeah. Woo! Good position players are falling. They are. I mean, you know, like we said, we got Ace Reese here. LeBron up here. I don't think he makes it that far. Ace Reese. Bo Lowrance could be an option, although he is a prep guy. Stroh is an option out of TCU. And then you have this run on pitchers here. And then Cole Prosek at second base here, also a prep guy. So if the Mariners do decide to go prep, then I could see it being Lowrance or Prosek. I just don't see them going prep personally. Unlike now that Gridlinger's gone. If Gridlinger was still there, I would have said they would have decided to go prep. But I think they're going to go college. I wouldn't be shocked if they went college catcher here with Daniel Jackson, because sooner or later Cal Raleigh's going to need to be a DH if he's even still a viable baseball player at that point, which sucks to say. But at the same time, you know, if you can get Ace Reese, third baseman, probably more as a first baseman, come up in a couple of years, figure it out from there. I mean, obviously you just signed Josh Naylor, so like in 2 years when Reese is ready, like, where is he at? I don't know. But yeah, interesting names on here. Oh my gosh, we're doing the Macarena. Dun 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 dun. Bum ba da bum ba da bum ba da ba da. Hey, Macarena. They're doing the Macarena. I'm gonna get DMCA'd for doing the Macarena. Lots more noise of Fluky to the Mariners. I mean, I'm in.
With the 17th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Houston Astros select Logan Hughes, an outfielder from Texas Tech. The Cincinnati Reds have the next pick.
Wow.
Right,
Logan Hughes. Wow. Where was he even at? 42. Rated at the 42nd best player available, chat. 42nd best player available. Also, I love that they were all booing the Astros. 42nd best player available out of Texas Tech. He's an outfielder. This is 4-year junior. This feels like an underslot pick. This feels like an underslot pick to me, chat. Do you guys agree? They're gonna sign him under slot. If they sign him slot, I'm gonna be surprised. I think that's an under slot pick for sure, and they're gonna go for like a high school pitcher in the second round. Truthfully, no 10 to 12 minute survey. No, the WBC sucked for the Mariners. It did. Astros will not. It's over for them. It's true. Do the survey? No. How is Luke Stevenson doing? He's been all right. He just crushed a baseball yesterday. Crushed a homer. Cal Raleigh would make an awesome defensive back. True. What's wrong with Cal? Why is Cal falling so hard? Don't know, man. Don't know. I wish I had a good answer for you, but I just don't. Unfortunately. No survey, chat. No survey. All right, we got 6 picks. Tell the Mariners they're almost on the. I can almost see their logo. We're getting close. To be fair, we don't really know how badly knee-down catchers age yet. That is true. That's a good point, George. I mean, like, knee-down catchers could preserve their longevity behind the plate. That is a good point. Cal likes the cheese too much? Yeah, bro. I mean, you throw him anything a foot above the plate and he's swinging at it. And you would think as a catcher he would be smart enough to know that's what's happening. You're saying Hunter Dietz here for the Reds? Hunter Dietz? Interesting. I could see it. I think they go Dietz over Fluky, huh? Can we draft Nell Dog to fix the clubhouse? You know? I don't know if Nell Dog's fixing anything. I don't know if Nell Dog's fixing anything. Who would you take with what's left? Lawrence? I mean, if I was to pick from these guys that are on this page right now, it's Justin LeBron. The fact that, as Warhammer just said, LeBron is still there. Crazy? Yeah, the fact that he's still there is pretty wild. Of these guys, though, I think I would go LeBron, Fluky, and then Reese. LeBron, Fluky, Reese, Liam Peterson, then Hunter Dietz, then Brody Bamila. In that order. In that order. And it's probably a horrible order. Hoping that the All-Star break gives the Mariners a chance to fix things. Yeah. I mean, they need to. They need to fix a lot. They need to fix a lot. I actually think Fluky goes next after the Reds pick to the Guardians. Seems like it could be a Guardians guy. That's fair. I think that's a fair assessment. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh. I honestly don't think that the Reds... I think the Reds are going to go LeBron or Reese, personally. I don't think they're going to go pitcher. Is that crazy? Is that bad? Am I wrong? Am I wholeheartedly wrong? We're about to find out. I think they go position player, personally. Here we go.
With the 18th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Cincinnati Reds select Justin LeBron, a shortstop from the University of Alabama.
Yep.
The Cleveland Guardians have the next pick.
Justin LeBron is off of the board, chat. The best player left available. Rip. Rip the dream. Rip the dream of Justin LeBron being a Seattle Mariner within the next 30 minutes. Yeah. There he goes. There he goes. He's gone. Bummer. Bummer, chat. But, I mean, you know, he goes to the Reds. I think it's a good ballpark for him. Makes some sense. I just could not imagine them going pitcher with how, like, young their rotation already is. Okay, so still no run on pitching yet. This is where I think we're about to start. We're about to start getting some run on pitching here. The Guardians are really, really good at developing pitching. I could see them going with Cameron Fluky here. I could also see them going with, say, Bamila as a guy who, out of high school, they draft and then they really mold him into who they want him to be. Oh. That's where my head's at. Oh. My goodness. Look at that whole family celebrating. That whole family celebrating, and then here we are, chat, watching the whole family celebrate. Mariners loaded with young pitchers. Why not hitter? Are they? Are they loaded with young pitcher? You have Sloan and Anderson. And that's about it. That's about it. The Mariners are really good at developing pitching. I think you stick with your strong suit. You have Sloan and Anderson. They can replace Castillo and Gilbert, I guess, over the next couple of years. And then George is gone the year after that. Bryce and Brian Wu are gone the year after that. So, you know. I like pitchers still there, but I'm prepping myself for a run of fluky Dietz Peterson. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of agree with that, unfortunately, which makes me sad. Dun, dun, dun. That's it. Of good young pitchers, yeah. I mean, you could say Mason Peters, maybe. Yeah. I guess we aren't extending any of them. As of right now, it doesn't look like it. As of right now, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like any of them are like gonna accept an extension. So, I don't know. The Reds pick was just in. We don't have a third stud. Not really. I mean, unless you consider Mason Peters that guy, which I don't even know if he's still performing. Let me look. Mason Peters still good, chat? Let's see. Yeah. Peters has a 1.41 ERA at A-ball. 22 years old at A-ball, by the way. So, like, he was drafted last year by the Mariners. I mean, he'll be 23 in December. So, maybe. We're definitely extending a pitcher or two. It's just a matter of who. I mean, I know that they've tried to extend Logan, and it just hasn't happened. Here we go.
With the 19th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Cleveland Guardians select Liam Peterson, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Florida.
There's one of them off the board.
The Boston.
There's one of them off the board. Peterson's gone. Who's next? Taking over Fluky and Dietz, by the way. Over Fluky and Dietz, Peterson was. Interesting. Oh, that's not the page I want. Once again. Peters plays for Inland. Yeah, Inland Empire. Yeah, bummer. That's a bummer. That would have been a guy that I really wanted. Should they go college bat under slot and then go high school pitcher over slot, kind of like they did with Sloan? It's an option. It's an option. At that point, would you be like looking at like Ace Reese or let's see what other college bats are available here? Ace Reese or Sawyer Strohsnyder? Maybe. Go over slot on them, or I'm sorry, under slot on them and over slot on a high school pitcher. They could. That's kind of what I think that the Astros are doing. I think that you would have to go a lot further down than one of these guys that are left right here. Like, let's say, I mean, Eric Becker, like, it could happen. It could happen. Like, getting Eric Becker. Even though he's, kind of mid. Gavin Grahovic. I mean, Texas A&M. Third baseman. Like, could happen. So. Red Sox are on the clock now, yeah. Two-way player Archer Horn. I'll take it. I'll take it. Why not? What do you have to lose? The Stitch God is making a jersey in collaboration with Mitch Haniger. W. It'll come out in a day. That's sick. Playing Tears of the Kingdom right now. W. New Power World update just came out. I've been playing that. That's been a lot of fun. One of Fluky Dietz, Strohsnyder, or Reese will be there, I think. Maybe they go under slot with Grahovic. Yeah, maybe. Which would be fine. I'd be fine with that. You're really more looking at your pick 65? That's the pick that you're really banking on at that point in the draft then. Yeah, I mean, what are we on? We're on pick 20? Is that where we're at? Pick 20? So let's say, just for the sake of argument, 20 is Fluky, 21's Dietz, 22 is Reese, 24 is Lowrance. Or, I'm sorry, we're 24, right? Fluky at 20, Dietz at 21, Reese at 22, Lowrance at 23. That leaves you with Coons, Bowman, Bomila, Stroh-Snyder, all those guys, if that is where the Mariners decide to go. What time are we projecting the Mariners' second pick to be at? Anyone know? Oh no, I have to sneeze. One of you said bless you, right? Thank you. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. 1:30 to 4:45 is what time it has those picks. So unfortunately I think that the second pick will be during the Mariners game. Unfortunately. But we can talk about it in the post-game stream. Around 1:45 my time is the time we're expecting that pick. Got it. Shut up? No. I don't think I will. I don't think I will, Manny. And frankly, you smell. Bless you, thank you. Coons would be a good pick. Yeah, I mean, I am not as against Tegan Coons as I think a lot of people are. But, you know, we'll see what happens. Pick number 20, chat. Pick number 20.
With the 20th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Boston Red Sox select Jake Schaffner, a shortstop from the University of North Carolina. The San Diego Padres hit the next pick.
Jake Schaffner. Who? Am I blind? Where was he ranked? I gotta be blind, right? Jake Schaffner. Why do I not see this guy? Richie Schaefer type pick. Am I blind, chat? There's no way he was in the hundreds. Oh, there he is. 75th overall. 75th overall, Jake Schaffner. Wow. So the Red Sox went very much under slot. Number 75. Wow. Wow. That's freaking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's a little wild. Wowee. Okay. Well, there's that information, chat. Wow. He hit 356 with a 467 on base and a 552 slugging. So there's that. Guaranteed one of our guys will be there now. I mean, yeah. Who we thinking, chat? We got 3 picks. So we got the Padres, the Tigers, and the Cubs left. Never heard of an infielder who played at the University of North Carolina. Kyle Seager, who? So 3 picks. So what do we think? I mean, Fluky, Dietz, Reese, Lowrance, Stroh-Snyder, Coons, Bomila. I don't know. I don't know where I'm leaning right now. I think that I no longer think Cade Townsend's the guy. I don't even think Logan Redemann's the guy. I think that it's either going to be somebody down in like that 60 to 70 range, or it's going to be one of these guys that we're hoping for pitcher-wise. He looks like Cole Young. Schaefer did, or whatever his name was. Jake Schaefer. Is that his name? I already forgot. I'm a bad person. I think we can all agree they aren't going to go Coons now. You think so? What if they go Coons? What if they go Coons? Personally, if I had to say with who's left, I would want Fluky, then Reese, then Dietz. Those are my top three right now. Those are my top three at the moment. Fluky, Reese, Dietz, in that order. Pick is in for the Padres. Don't forget Carolina great Dustin Ackley. True. I'd be in shambles if they did, if they went with Tegan Coons. Oh, no. Oh, no. Warhammer, do you know something we don't know about Tegan Coons? Do you know something we don't know? Here we go. Padres pick is in.
With the 21st pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the San Diego Padres select Coleman Borthwick, a right-handed pitcher from South Walton High School in Santa Rosa Beach, Florida.
Who? Yo? Hold the phone, chat. Hold the phone. What was his name? Coleman something? I'm sure I passed him. I know you guys are trying to get me to hit control or alt, whatever the heck you said. 43rd overall? Thank you, Warhammer. Oh, he's not on here because I refregged. That's why he's not on there. Fluky isn't too crazy now? I mean, dude, it's possible. I mean, he just has to make it through 2 more picks, and Fluky might be the guy. Fluky might be the guy, chat. I'm picking nobodies. Why? I mean, they're not nobodies. But you pick guys that are a little further down the line because you can sign them for less and then go overslot on a guy you like in the second round and spend more on them to try to generally sway them away from from taking like a college spot. It's very common in the MLB draft for them to go under slot on a player in the first round and then go over slot. That's what the Mariners did with Ryan Sloan. So. Coleman Borthwick. Of course. Both these teams are likely pitcher spots, though. One of Dietz or Fluky will probably go in the next 2 picks. True. Please explain Fluky. He's a pitcher. And he pitched for Coastal Carolina. He was the guy who faced off against Cade Anderson in the College World Series championship game. So, it's a good pitcher. Ugh. Pick is in. Yeah, Tigers and Cubs, I think, are both going to go pitcher. There's a chance Fluky and Dietz are both off this board right now. And if that's the case, I think you got to go Ace Reese. You go Ace Reese or you go Ace Reese, Stroh-Snyder, or, oh, man. Maybe Carlin out of Arizona State. Fluky and Anderson be together would be really cool. Yeah, that'd be so much fun. That'd be so much fun. I like this pick up to 100 already. Yeah. I mean, it's a pretty solid pick. If they're going to go underslot, you know what I mean? All right, the pick is in for the Tigers. We're just waiting for them to finish up this interview with Cole Hamels here. Then we can talk Tigers, and then we're one pick away. We'll be one pick away. Can we be done with this interview, please? Can we be done with this interview? Ace Reese feels like a no-brainer if both pitchers are gone, right? I think so. I think that he's a no-brainer, but if they do think that he's going to end up being a first baseman, if they project him more as a first baseman, I could see them going elsewhere. Personally. I heard some Mariners content creators went to Arizona State. That's the rumor. Yeah. That's the rumor. Never heard of them. Just kidding. I love the Marine Layer boys. I want Fluky so bad now. Yeah, I mean, the fact that he's still there, like, I just truly didn't expect him to be here. 5 from Garth. Hold on, Garth. I have to sneeze and the pick is in. Hold on. One sec, Garth. Let's hear the pick first, and then I'll go through here. Oh, God. Shit.
With the 22nd pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Detroit Tigers select Cameron Fluky, a right-handed pitcher from Corsa.
No! No!
The Chicago Cubs.
Oh.
Cameron.
Oh. That's really unfortunate, chat. That's unfortunate. Gosh darn it. All right. Hunter Dietz or Ace Reese? You are a Mariner. You are a Mariner. Hunter Dietz or Ace Reese? Swanee, explain how these international players get signed, and is there an international draft? Do owners want to make changes to these in the CBA? The owners do want to make changes. They want to do an international draft of some kind. As of right now, it's basically you get guys to commit to playing for you, and you sign them out of, like, say, the Dominican Republic, for example. Yeah, like, it's kind of the Wild West in the international scene. There's a lot of corruption with the international scene. I don't think that the way that MLB wants to do it is good, but I also don't think that like a draft is a bad thing for the international pool. This makes things a little bit more difficult. Because right now the way that it works is every team has an international bonus pool amount of money, and they can trade and get more bonus pool money from other teams, etc. And then, like, they can use that to sign some of the top guys. The Mariners are really well renowned at getting guys out of, like, the Dominican, for example. Obviously, you know, you think about the past few years. I mean, even Julio, Laz, Felnin, you got Gregory Pio and Juan Rijo last year. Like, the Mariners are good at getting a lot of guys out of, like, the Dominican and whatnot. And I don't know if that is to say that they maybe are a little corrupt in that scenario as well, but they're good at it nonetheless. So, yeah, Julio was an international sign. Yep. Yeah. Dietz or Reese, I'd still be excited. Same. I agree. I would like Dietz or Reese. I think that'd be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh. They're breakdancing on the stage. Hello? No spoilers, Jordan. No spoilers. Are you kidding me? Is that a spoiler? Is that a spoiler? Hope that's not a spoiler, chat. No spoilers. And that's like Latin countries, like Japan has a different weird deal with, and yeah, it's very strange. It's very the whole international system is weird. Like Japan's a completely different scenario than the Latin countries. Yeah, great point, George. Ha, too bad the Mariners won't have Fluky since the Seahawks had Fluker. True. It's 11-year-olds that commit to sign. It's very predatory to dangle what is life-changing money. Yeah, to, people in countries that generally aren't as well off, right? In like the Dominican and stuff, you dangle $3-point-something million in front of them, and yeah, they're gonna be interested in signing. So it's yeah, the whole international system is pretty bad, but it's led to a lot of like players faking their birth certificates and faking their ages for quite some time. So, yeah, I don't really know how else to explain it. It's bad. Yeah, you sign the day you turn 16 in the DR. Did the Mariners draft yet? They are up after this next pick. And they're definitely always 16 and not older at all. I don't know what you mean. True. We have 2 16-year-old top international prospects signing next year. That's right. Like I said, the Mariners often sign guys out of the top 10. Like they're pretty good at it. All right. Very sad that most kids don't go to school because of how poor they are and they give up to quit to a team before you hit puberty. Yeah, it's really bad. All right, here's the Cubs pick, chat. They're going to go pitcher for sure.
The 2026 MLB draft.
Right.
The Chicago Cubs select Cade Townsend, a right-handed pitcher from the University
Makes sense.
of Mississippi. The Seattle Mariners have the next pick.
All right. Final predictions, chat. Final predictions. I'm hoping for Ace Reese here. I'm hoping for Ace Reese. But Dietz is also available. Tegan Coons is obviously still available. I'm hoping for Ace Reese, though. That's the guy that I've been looking at basically since Joe and I were trying to find who we were going to get. I have fully expected them to go college pitcher this whole time. So my hope is that it's Reese, but I think Dietz makes more sense. For every Julio, there are 20 busts. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely there is. Like, it unfortunately, because they're so young, you're relying solely on projection. And, yeah. You're relying solely on projection, and if they don't turn out the way they're... Like, think about, like, Starlin Aguilar, for example, for the Mariners. He just hasn't turned out. My earlier guess with the two-way player. Reese being picked would be so cool. Yeah, I mean, Ace Reese would be really cool to add to this team if he can play third base. With that being said, he probably is going to have to move to first base. He's just not good defensively at third. But we'll see. We shall see. Pick number 24. The Ken Griffey Jr. pick. The Ken Griffey Jr. pick. Give me Tegan Coons, huh? Tegan Coons, Reese hits moonshots. Julio's a bit of a bust. That's just incredibly not true. If Julio just plays like he has his career so far, he's a Hall of Famer. No Coons when Dietz is right there. Yeah, I think I'd rather have Dietz over Coons personally. MLB draft is a crapshoot. I disagree. I love the MLB draft. Look at the 2021 international draft. Who the hell are these people? pick is in, chat. The pick is in. Here we go. Final predictions. I'm going to say Ace Reese. I'm saying Ace Reese. But I think Hunter Dietz is... I will be okay if it's Hunter Dietz as well. Final prediction. I'm kind of nervous. For whatever reason. I'm nervous. Everybody. Everybody, hoosah. Hoosah. Here we go. Doyle's saying Ace Reese. I mean, hey. Hey. Yeah, I'm leaning Ace Reese as well. That's who I want, but if it's Dietz... I mean, if Doyle's saying it's Reese, it might just be Reese. Just please don't pick an underslot no-name guy. I agree. Underslot someone we haven't even talked about. Stop it. Stop it, Ian. Stop it. LeBron James. It's true. And for his next trick, LeBron is going to Seattle. All right, chat. The pick is in.
First round. After that, it'll be the prospect promotion incentive picks.
Let's go, Mariners.
Yeah, so
sorry.
Harold's former organization is up next. We're about to hear from Commissioner Manfred on who they're taking right now.
Here we go. Give me Ace Reese, baby. Give me Ace Reese.
With the 24th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Seattle Mariners select Ace Reese, a third baseman from Mississippi State. The Milwaukee Brewers have the next
Let's go. Let's go, Ace Reese.
Another player from the South.
Here we go.
Ace Reese, 6'4", 220. This past year he had 24 bombs, drove in 74.
We're going to watch this. I don't care if we get in trouble.
Guys, for me, one of the premier power bats in the...
Let's just watch a couple swings here.
Everywhere of the ballpark.
W.
He hits a lot. He had slugged over 900 against velocity this year.
Wowie.
Spin okay.
All right, chat. There we have it. Great name. Fantastic name. Adding him to Cole Young, Colt Emerson in that infield is going to be a hell of a lot of fun. Let's go take a look at some stuff here. Let's go. Ace Reese. Ace Reese, you are a Seattle Mariner. It's true. All right. This year at Mississippi State, chat, he hit 336, 432, 721 with an 1152 OPS. He hit 24 home runs. He struck out 63 times and walked 41 times. Third base is a place we need depth. Next, Kyle Seager. Ace of Hearts. W. Here, hold on, chat. I want to... Let's see. Let's do a poll. Reese. Okay, good. Let's see. Do we like the Ace Reese pick? All right, chat, let me know. Let me know how we feel about the Ace Reese pick. His fielding percentage. He's played a little bit of the outfield this year. A little bit of the outfield. Third base, he only played 19 innings at third base with Chatham. 2024, he had a .895 fielding percentage at first and a .733 at third base. Ace Reese can absolutely smash baseballs, but defensively, he's a bit of a project. He's a bit of a project. By here. All right. So let's just take a look at the last first-round picks for the Mariners here, since we'll call it 2015. We'll call it 2015, chat. We're going to go to PC. These are the Mariners' first-round picks since Jerry DiPoto's regime took over. Kyle Lewis won the Rookie of the Year. Obviously, injuries derailed his career. Evan White won the Gold Glove. Injuries derailed his career. Logan Gilbert and George Kirby, both guys that are
front end of the rotation. Emerson Hancock has turned into the guy that you needed him to be. Harry Ford, was one of the top catchers in baseball. You got Jose Ferrer for him. Cole Young, obviously, is your second baseman. Colt Emerson, Johnny Farmello, and Ty Pete. You use Ty Pete to get Brendan Donovan. Farmello's coming back for some injuries, but still looks really good. And obviously, Colt Emerson is up and signed a big contract. Cade Anderson and Luke Stevenson in 2025. Anderson will be up with the Mariners at some point this year. Stevenson in the next couple of years. And, of course, Drangelo Senja in 2024, who you used to go get Brendan Donovan. Now you add Ace Reese here in 2026. The Mariners are really good at this, chat. The Mariners are really good at this, so if they think that Reese is the guy, I wholeheartedly believe it. I think that he's going to crush some baseballs in the infield. He's going to be a power bat for you either at third base or first base or designated hitter. And if you have to move him to the outfield, you figure it out at that point. It does make things a little interesting, right? When you think about the way the team is currently set up. Hold on, we got our next pick just for fun. Let's listen to it.
The 2026 MLB Draft, the Milwaukee Brewers select Trey Evo, a shortstop from...
Don't know who that is. Yes, we do like the Ace Reese pick. W. I need to minimize this or something. There we go. Heck yeah, dude, I like it. Yeah, looks like Doyle and Church were right. W. Cade, Luke, Ace. I see a trend. Needs a lot of work at the infield, true. Mariners need offensive production more than anything right now, so it's a great pick. Agreed. Shortest syllable name in MLB history, Ace Reese. Yeah, 2. Perry Hill project, true. We're trading Felnin. I mean, you think about where the infield is right now, right? You think about where the infield is. You have Cole Young and Colt Emerson locking down the middle of the infield. Felnin, what do you do with him? Do you move him to third base? Is he... playing the outfield for you? Ace Reese now jumps into that conversation. Is he a designated hitter? Is he at third base for you? Is he at first base for you? You have Josh Naylor. It's just, I don't know, man. There's so many options for the Mariners here as to what to do in the infield moving forward. So I think that adding Ace Reese is a great move. It lets them make Felnin, as Manny just mentioned, a little bit more expendable this season or this off season as well. Trey Abel was ranked 107th, 17-year-old shortstop. W. But yeah, chat, huge win for the Mariners. Can we bring up Ace after the All-Star break? Yeah, let's bring him up. I'm in. Let's bring him up. Sell Liston. Move Colt to third and Felnin to short. Yeah, if that's something the Mariners need to do as well, and then it's like, you move Ace Reese to first base and then figure it out with, if Josh Naylor's still around or what have you. So I foresee corner outfield in Reese's future if he's able to smash the pros. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing is if he gets moved to an outfield spot, okay, you have Julio in the outfield, you have Dom, you have Luke, you have Lazaro Montes. That's just another power-hitting outfielder, left-handed.
With the 26th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the Atlanta Braves select Carter Beck, from Indiana State University. The New York Mets have the next pick.
Welcome home, Carter Beck.
That's pretty funny that they have the Braves and the Mets selecting back-to-back, so just a lot of boos. We'll hear one more pick, chat, and then we're going to call it a stream. Get ready for the game. But we'll get ready for the game, and then obviously there is another pick coming, probably about 1:45, maybe like an hour and a half. I would expect the next pick. So yeah, super excited about the power from Ace Reese more than anything. Obviously, had a high OPS in 2026. I think that if he can figure it out defensively and they can make him a viable defender at third, that's where he's going to play. Otherwise, probably the outfield. I think we need to move on from Dan Wilson. Yeah, probably. Like I said, chat, there will be another stream this evening after the Mariners game. We'll do our normal post-game stream. I'll talk about pick number 65 in that stream as well. Let's see.
Just watching some Ace Reese highlights on my phone. Like, get the LOBs down. Left on base down. Yeah, true. Honestly, we're so lucky because it was a cliff in bats after Reese and Snow with the college bats. It's true. Yeah, after those couple of college bats, the Mariners were going to be in kind of a bad spot, assuming that those guys weren't there. So, huge W that Reese was still there. I think that had Ace Reese not been there, I honestly would have very much expected the Mariners to go pitcher. Very much would have expected them to go pitcher. But because Reese was there, you take him. And he's got a sick name. He's got a sick name. So like I said, we'll hear one more we'll hear one more pick and then we'll call it a stream. So and we'll talk more about this later. We'll talk about Reese and then whoever gets picked at 65. Which, ranked at 65, is Blake Bryant, a pitcher, high school senior. Guys around here, Ethan Kleinschmidt. I mean, so you're going slot. Thanks for covering this Golden Watch from England. Yo, appreciate you, Lawrence. Appreciate you for watching all the way from England. What time is it there? What time is it there? I think that with them going slot with the Ace Reese pick, I would expect them to probably just go slot again. Or maybe they'd go under slot here with the second pick, but I expect them to probably just go slot with the second pick and then maybe under slot with the third pick. Glad we were in the AL worst. So true. You want to bet that it'll be McCarthy? Caden McCarthy, pitcher, high school senior. I mean, he might be kind of expensive. He might be kind of expensive to get. I'll see myself out. That's unbelievable. All right, here we go. The Mets picked, last pick of the stream here, chat. Last pick of the stream as soon as Mr. Manfred comes out. Here we go.
With the 27th pick of the 2026 MLB Draft, the New York Mets select Carson Wiggins, a right-handed pitcher from the University of Arkansas.
All right.
The Houston Astros have the next pick.
We're not going to watch the Astros pick because they suck, chat. The Astros suck. I appreciate you guys for being here for this stream, about 3 hours long. Like I said, we'll be back for a short post-game stream as well. We'll talk about the Mariners' number 65 pick. But hey, Ace Reese is a Seattle Mariner, chat. Ace Reese is a Seattle Mariner. That is very exciting. Really looking forward to seeing him in a Mariners uniform. Nonetheless, I appreciate, again, all you guys for being here. I'm excited to watch a Mariners game. And hopefully a Mariners win today. We're going to see Logan Gilbert get his 1,000th strikeout. That's going to be awesome. That's going to be awesome to see Logan get his 1,000th strikeout. But nonetheless, chat, I appreciate you guys. And I will see you in a couple hours. Hopefully the game goes well. Appreciate you guys.